Blog Talk Radio.
Following ingredients include a look behind the scenes. Cook uncovered until hot. Add grooves to taste.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl.
The accident was over a year ago. A second woman has been elected president. The 12th planet has been named in the solar system. The last wild polar bear has died. I slept through it all. I was here for my waking. He called it a beginning. He said it was good. I think you may have thought that anything I did was good.
Welcome to Transition Radio, live from Hollywood, Florida, with your host and hostess, Mark Angelo and Jessica Lynn Cummings. Show for trans folks, by trans folks, here to let your voice be heard.
Well, good evening and welcome to another edition of Transition Radio. Tonight we have Claudia McNeely, the Clairvoyant Psychic Healer, an amazing lady who we are very excited to have on our show. Claudia will empower you to heal in body, mind, and spirit. Find out why Claudia is referred to by her clients as the Earth Mother. You will feel her energy as loving and kind, just like a loving mother with her child. You will come away from your session feeling loved and nurtured.
An energy-emotional healing session with Claudia will allow you to release long-standing health or emotional issues gently and quickly. Her clients report amazing results in just one session. Her Clairvoyant Psychic Readings are very honest, accurate, and insightful. A Clairvoyant Psychic Reading with Claudia will help you to understand where you are, where you want to be, and how to get there.
She can assist you in creating the life you always dreamed of. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show, Claudia. Claudia, are you there?
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Doing great. It's been a long time since we spoke.
It has. Thank you.
We're
I'm
very
glad to
excited
be here.
have you on the show. And we're so excited to have you on the show.
Yes, we are. It's very nice to meet you, Claudia. I'm Jessica.
Nice to meet you.
So, Claudia, I'm a big believer in that everything in life consists of energy, and that energy creates our sickness as well as our well-being. What is your take on this?
Oh, yes. That has been proved to me over and over and over in my life. We create our life. That's bottom line. We with what we think and what we feel, everything in our life gets created, and we can change anything. And it's just amazing to watch, how powerful we really are, and don't even realize it.
Yeah, that is so true. I mean, I've had a major spiritual journey, and through the foods that Mother Earth provides us, through her loving touch, through the love of humanity, we can change our lives around tremendously. And I know you know this because that is the line of work that you do, and you deal with energies all the time and the planets, the way they align, and all sorts of things.
Right. And, people usually think themselves into being sick. They get upset about something and they don't deal with that issue. They just bury it. And that's what causes the sickness, is because we don't deal with the issues as they come up. We try to hide them so that we don't have to deal with them. And that's usually what causes the illness.
That is very true. But people sometimes don't like to take power. They like to disempower themselves by blaming everything else for their sickness, and it really comes from within themselves.
Right, and they want somebody else to heal them. And, that's one thing I have to explain to some people. I can't heal you. I can't change anything in another person. All I can do is give them the energy and the tools to make the change themselves. But it's up to them. Ultimately, they're the ones that has to make the change. And so many people now just want to give their power away. Here, fix me, and I don't want to have to do anything. And you can't do that. Even more now, I think, than in the past. I mean, in the past, we could go see somebody and get some energy work done, and it would help, and, you know, things would be different. But I think things are changing so quickly now that we really have to take responsibility for ourselves more now than ever.
Definitely. It's called the shift and the quickening that's taking place, and we see all around us.
Exactly.
We've got a few callers, and we're going to go ahead and let them in to see if they have questions, even though we have a whole line of questions for you. But I always like to let people, so let's see here. We got caller number 1. State your name, where you're calling from, and do you have a question for Claudia? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, my name is Brenda, and I live in Michigan, and I've been a fan of Claudia's forever.
Oh, thank you.
Claudia, my husband died more than 10 years ago with colon cancer. My son committed suicide 8 months after my husband died. I just want to know your thoughts about suicide. Is there peace on the other side?
Yes. Do not ever let anybody tell you that there's not. You know, usually when somebody commits suicide, when they first get over there, they feel really bad about what they did. You know, usually suicide is a scream for attention. You know, and they think somebody's going to find them before they actually die, or they don't think they're going to die, or they just do it without thinking sometimes. And then once they realize that they're dead, they're really, really embarrassed about what they've done. They're really ashamed. They're unhappy about the pain that they caused the people that they left behind. But once the angels, you know, when you get to the other side, the angels will, if you need to, they will put you into a hospital over there, and they do healing work on the people until they're ready to move on. And so once these people get over there and they go through the healing, then they can understand why everything happened the way it did, and that it's all okay, and they're at peace and they're able to move on. But yes, definitely, he has definitely been able to move on, and he's doing great.
My question is, I've been able to be connected with my husband, but I don't seem to be connected with my son, like in dreams and so on and so forth, like my husband.
Right. Do you sometimes feel a tickling or like somebody touches the left side of your face?
I do.
That's your son.
Oh.
That's your son doing that.
Hey, Claudia, we have a ton of other callers. Thank you so much, caller number 1. We're going to put you on hold.
Brenda.
Thank you, Claudia.
Okay. We've got a caller number 10.
Let's see here. Okay, caller number 2. State your name, where you're calling from, and you have a question for Claudia.
Hi, Claudia. My name is Anne.
Hi, Anne.
Hi, Claudia. I would like to know if you see my relationship with Andrew working out and it turning into a long term.
Okay. Do you live together or anything now, or are you just dating?
No, we're not doing either right now.
Oh, okay.
He's away.
Okay, that explains what I'm feeling, because what I'm feeling is like almost a sense of separation between you, so that explains that. It also seems like there's an emotional separation there also. He feels really closed down emotionally, and I really don't have a lot of hope for it turning into anything long term.
Okay.
I don't think he's ready for anything like that.
Right. Okay. Well, he's military, so he's away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right now I don't think he could deal with a relationship.
Okay.
You know, things may change in the future, but right now there's no way.
Right. Well, I know not right now, but I'm just thinking about in the future.
I don't feel it, but that can always change. You know, it all depends on decisions and stuff, but right now, no.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go to another caller here. Caller number 3. Go. Caller number 3, state your name, where you're calling from, and do you have a question for Claudia?
Hello?
Yes. State your name, where you're calling from, and do you have a question for Claudia? Hello?
Yes. Are you speaking to me?
Yes,
You're on the air with Jessica, Mark, and Claudia.
Okay, this is Helen. I'm calling from Unalaska, Texas. I moved here about 2 years ago to help my sister through her husband's passing. That's happened over a year ago, and now I'm feeling like I'm just in this waiting stage and not knowing what's going on with my life next, both with my job financially and with my relationships. And I was just wondering if you could tell me what you feel and what's coming up for me.
Okay. You know, like I said earlier, we create our reality. So you have to decide what it is you want to do. Right now, you're just in you don't know what you want. You're stuck. You can't think. You don't know what you want. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to do it. And until you figure something out and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to do it, and start making the effort to create it, nothing's going to happen. I really don't. Until you do that, I don't see any changes. So you have to decide what you want to do next and start working toward making that happen. Things don't just happen to us. We have to create them.
Okay. Do you have any feeling for the relationship that I have going?
It does not feel like it's going to turn out to be long term, but it'll last for a while longer.
Okay. And no clue as to what I should be doing next.
You have to decide that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Thank you. Claudia, we have a chatter on the line that has a question for you. The person's name is Ancient Soul, and they would like to know, is there any random thought out there intended for that individual?
I don't do that kind of readings.
No? Okay.
Yeah, that takes a lot of effort for me to do something like that. I need questions to be able to.
Oh, yes, good. But I think we can't overpush it here. We got one caller, and then we're going to remate, and we're going to continue with our question. Let's see who we got here. Okay, next caller. Can you state your name, where you're calling from, and what question do you have for Claudia?
Hello.
Hello.
Is it me?
Hi.
Yes, it's you.
Oh, really? Great. My name is Teresa. And and I've been really stuck for quite a while into which direction to go to, and been trying many things, and I don't know what to do.
Okay. We've all been feeling stuck, so you're not alone. That's common right now for people to feel stuck. There was a time period when we got a lot of guidance from our guides and our angels, and they would give us a nudge to go do this, go do that. That's not happening anymore. We're having to make our own decisions now. And so it's basically choosing what you want to do. And so far, the things that you've been trying to do are not really things that will make your heart sing. What would make your heart sing?
To be closer to my sons, but I have no money, and I don't know how to make an income because of my health. I've been trying different things, and it's just not working.
Okay. So how are you living now?
My husband's paying for everything, and I'm not
you're
doing
married.
anything.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I'm married. That's not good either.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
That's a whole different story. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it would really take us to work together personally to really be able to make any progress with this situation. But it's basically, I know that when you feel stuck, you think there's no way out of this, but there is always a way out when the time is right. And when the time's right, the way just presents itself.
Okay.
So the time's just not right yet.
All right, thank
Pardon
you.
me?
It's so true.
The time just isn't right yet.
Working lots on myself and surrendering, and things seem to be lighter. So that's what I've been doing.
That's
so
all
I really
you can
appreciate
do.
your call and your confirmation of the time's not right.
Right. Thank you.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, caller.
Have a nice
it's amazing.
day.
It's amazing, Claudia, what you were saying about everyone's feeling stuck right now, and I feel that in the entire planet. And it's part of the shift. It's part of the change, and we all just have to really just surrender. And,
and that can be really hard to do sometimes. It is. It's very hard to surrender. For the last 2 or 3 years, as a world, we've been going through this huge lesson in trust. The economy crashing and all this other stuff that's been going on. And we have to be able to trust that our needs are going to be taken care of. We have to be able to trust that we can create what we want to create in order for us to move into this higher dimension.
Definitely.
We can't move into a dimension where we can create our reality in a moment if we don't trust that we can do that.
Exactly.
Well, I have a question for you, Claudia.
Okay.
What got you involved in the work that you do?
That's a very long story.
How long is a 30-minute show?
I was raised in the Baptist religion, very religious, and I tried to get pregnant after I got married. Spent 11 years doing fertility drugs, everything trying to get pregnant. Finally got pregnant, and I'm just thrilled about it. I was 6 months pregnant and was in a car accident, which caused my daughter, I didn't know it at the time, but caused her to have a stroke. And so then when she was born with practically no brain. And so everybody kept telling me, well, God's punishing you. He has a reason, all the stuff that you hear. And that wasn't my God. And I got really angry. And so my daughter basically brought me into this in trying to find a way to have a God in my life that was love, and to work on ways to heal her and make her better. And so everything that I've learned was because of my daughter.
And that's definitely, I see a lot of crystal indigo children being born to help us with the shift.
Yes.
And people sometimes think that these children with autism and all sorts of different disabilities, it's a curse upon them, but it's not. It's on the contrary. They're healing our planet, and they're helping us with this transition, with this quickening, with the shift, whatever we want to call it. And they're amazing souls.
The crystal children, most of them are very, very bright, intelligent children. These are the ones that you see those beautiful, bright blue eyes, and they just look like they're such old souls, and they have so much knowledge in them. And those are the crystal children. And the earlier crystal children are like teenagers right now, I think. And they're really, really changing our world. And then we have another group called the Rainbows. Have you heard about them?
Yes, I have. And
the Rainbows are just as important, if not more so, because they're here to show people love.
Exactly. I believe that transgender individuals were also part of this whole awakening.
Oh, God,
and
yes.
People break down the barriers of gender, and I try to empower a lot of our trans brothers and sisters to be able to realize that this is not a curse. We were given this gift. We're two-spirited, and it's part of balancing male with a female energy.
Exactly, and there is no such thing as a curse. We choose what we're going to experience before we're born so that we can help learn lessons and we can help the world learn lessons. And look at the wonderful, wonderful contribution that you're all being to the world and to humanity. I salute you. I think you're wonderful. You've chosen such a hard life and helping to teach people so much. I'm amazed at you, just truly.
Thank you. So we got another caller here. Let's see. Caller, you're on the air. State your name, where you're calling from, and the question you have for Claudia.
Hi, my name's Nicole, and I wanted to know, I'm going to be getting married next year, and I wanted to know if it's going to work out and how many children I might be having.
Okay. At the minute you started talking, I heard it is going to be wonderful. So, yes, it is going to work out. You're going to be very happy together. Children, I see the possibility of 3 children.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
A lot. Thank you.
So let's see, we've got some more questions for you. Claudia, what advice do you have for those living their lives in fear?
Oh, there's no reason to fear. There's nothing to fear. Things are as they are, and we just have to be love and trust and know that it's okay. You've heard of Drunvalo McKezeldeck?
Pardon me?
Have you heard of Drunvalo McKezeldeck?
No, I have not.
Okay, Drunvalo is one of the people that I've been following for 20 years or more. And somebody was doing an interview with him the other day, and he was describing what the fourth dimension was going to be like. And they said, well, that sounds like death. And he said, well, so what if it is? And that just kind of changed everything for me, because now my attitude is, so what? There's nothing but love. That's all there is.
Exactly, and death is only really the death of the ego. And
exactly.
It's an illusion, because spirit is infinite. The world, spirit, and energy.
Right. And my daughter told me when she passed away, we're still able to communicate. And she told me that she just stepped out. She said, it was just like I always stepped out. I just didn't come back. So it's not that big of a change to what we do when we meditate or when we sleep or anything else. We just don't come back.
Exactly. And I was trying to explain, Jessica's grandmother just passed away a few days ago, and I was trying to comfort her and tell her, look, death is it's just an illusion. She's with you. She'll always be with you. She'll love you. She'll protect you. And if you would kindly just give Jessica a few words of your wisdom.
Well, her grandmother's great, and she's watching over her. I see her like rubbing her back, trying to comfort her. They don't want us to grieve for them when they die, but as I tried to explain to my daughter, we need to grieve. And because even though my daughter was still there and she was still talking to me, I couldn't reach out and touch her. And we miss touch. It's different for us. That's what we miss. We don't miss so much that the person's not there as bad as that we can't reach out and touch them. And so that's what we miss. But it doesn't mean the person isn't there. They're usually, like the lady a while ago whose son has been touching her on the side of the face, and she never realized that was her son. They're always there with us.
We seem to be one of the only cultures that grieve death, and there are other cultures that actually celebrate death because it's a new beginning.
When my daughter died, we didn't have a funeral or a memorial. We had a going away party.
That's right.
We need to celebrate it, but then again, we still have to grieve because we still have to go through those emotions as humans.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Claudia. That was great.
You're welcome.
2012 is almost ending. There is a big prediction by the Mayans. What do you think will happen?
Do you remember Y2K?
Yes, I do. Very well.
I think it's going to be kind of similar. I really do. I know that we're going through a lot of changes. This month is going to be really intense because we've got a lot of energies going on. The sun is really strong, a lot of earthquakes. So there's a lot of changes that are happening, but it's not going to be a big major shift all of a sudden overnight. It doesn't happen that way. It's going to be a long-term shift.
It's actually already been happening, and it's
exactly.
Almost like a stargate that's going to take place, and then many things will happen from then onward, except people are just waiting for it like they did Y2K.
Right, but it's not going to be an all of a sudden thing. Right now, there's a lot of us who are switching back and forth between third and fourth dimension. It's almost like we're on a seesaw. And we'll go up into the fourth dimension for a little while, and then we're back down in the third. And in order to stay in the fourth dimension, you have to be 100% unconditional love. If you have one negative thought, you're going to plummet back down into the third dimension. And I don't know anybody yet, maybe one or two people on Earth, that are ready to be able to hold love 100% of the time. And that's what we have to get to before we can go into the fourth dimension fully.
Exactly. We have to leave all of our baggage before we
Exactly. Yes. Yes. And I don't think that's going to happen by December 21st. I don't see it. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
That's a lot of work that we still have left.
Yes. We all have an intuitive nature. We have just been taught to use our five senses. What exercise can people do to help improve their intuitive nature?
Being aware. The main thing is you've got to figure out which gift do you have. Do you have the gift of vision, which very few people do? Do you have the gift of feeling, being an empath, which is what most people are? Some people hear. Some people just know things and they don't know how they know it. So you've got to know which gift you're strongest in. And then you have to practice using that gift. For most of us, it's feeling. So what you do is, like you're sitting in a chair, you really pay attention to what you're feeling, and you put words to it. Okay, the chair feels really solid under me, and there's a little bit of cushiony feeling, and it's kind of hitting my leg in that one spot in just a weird way. And, just really putting words to how it feels and really paying attention. And then when you do get a feeling about something, try to put words to it. And the more you practice, it's nothing but practice. And the more you practice it, the more you're able to do it.
It's like a muscle. I've had the gift since I was a child, and you have it more when you're younger, and then as you get into this material world, you tend to lose it if you don't really pay attention and meditate and really get in tune with your higher self, with your, I like to say, your guardian angel, if you will.
Right.
And it happens a lot when I dream because I astral project a lot, and that's where I get all my messages from.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I noticed that there are many children who are being born crystal to help heal the planet. What information do you have on this?
The crystals are just really amazing children. They come in with the knowledge of how to use crystals. My son, when he was little, and I guess he must have been a really early crystal, I had a headache one day, and he went and grabbed one of my crystals and put it on my head, and when I looked it up later, that crystal was actually for headaches. And he was only like 2 or 3 years old. So these kids come in with such amazing knowledge. It's phenomenal. They're going to be the ones that are going to change our world. They're the ones that are teenagers right now out marching with Occupy Wall Street. Those are some of the crystal children that are out there doing that. They're the ones that are going to change our world.
Wow. So, Claudia, tell the listeners how they can get a hold of you and what you can help them with when they get a hold of you. And are you having any special projects or anything you want to share with the listeners? Okay, my website is askclaudia.com, askclaudia.com. And I do a lot of different things. The thing that I'm really focusing on more now is helping people to heal. Even when somebody calls me for a reading, the reading usually turns into a healing session because the healing is more important. It's one thing just to be told things. It's another thing to heal so that we can get what we want. So I'm working really a lot more with people on healing. And I'm using a different technique now that is just really, really taking people to deep, deep levels of healing. It's just been amazing, and I'm so glad that I learned the technique. And the main thing that I do that I enjoy doing the most is soul retrieval. Throughout our life, we lose pieces of our soul, and we don't feel whole. We don't feel complete. Every time we go through a trauma, we lose a piece. And so by the time we get to be middle-aged, we've lost a lot of pieces of our soul. So it's really important to get those pieces back and to be whole again and to really be able to take control of your life and move on. And that's the thing I love doing most. So that's one of the things that I'm really promoting on my website right now. I have a teleseminar or telecall coming up Tuesday night to help people with techniques to work through the ascension symptoms.
the aches and pains and emotions that we get when there's a solar flare or when there's an earthquake, and how to be able to manage those and not be stuck in bed from them. Because I know I've been in bed from the pain. So those are the kind of the things that I've got going right now.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Claudia. It's been great.
I loved it.
Love to have you back again.
Possibly on our television show.
Yeah, we also have a television show.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah.
Much longer. We got more to say on that. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Just let me know.
Thank you so much. All righty.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Claudia. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening. Remember, we love you, but remember to love yourselves too. And I will leave you with a song I wrote, which is called I Believe in Us, and I know we could get through all this. Thank you guys. Love you. Good night.
Take care, everyone. Have a great evening.
I believe in all of us. I believe in us. We can make a change in this world that's falling apart. Come join me and boogie with this tune here. Here we go. Let us unite, my brothers. Let us not fight, my sisters. Find a better way. Let's show the world it's our friends. Don't rely on the grace. What we've done can be changed. Let's unite, find a better way. Together we can climb the highest mountain. I could only get us where we are. Believe in us today and our tomorrow. Brighten up the darkest of the day. Don't give up, don't go or give in. It doesn't matter, no, the color of your skin. Who you are, who you love. It's not a choice, no, not even a sin. Together we can find the highest mountain. I could only get us where we are. Believe in us today and our tomorrow. Brighten up the darkest of the day. Let's join hands, come on, and create, come on, a new language, one without hate. Different words, different phrase. Listen, brothers and sisters, we are all the same. Together we can climb the highest mountain. I could only get us where we are. I'll believe in us today and our tomorrow. Brighten up the darkest of the day. Let us unite, my sisters. Let us not fight, my brothers. Oh, the sign of better way. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We are what we've been waiting for. Hallelujah. Come on. Hallelujah. We are what we've been waiting for. Come on, everybody. I believe in you. Do you believe in me? Let's do this together. Come on, family. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Come on. Hallelujah. You are what we've been waiting for. Oh, yeah. Come on, party people. Let's get this together. Oh, we are what we've been waiting for. Oh, yeah. I said, you. Do you believe I'm bad? Let's do this together, my family. Thank you.